The following review is going to be on the X-Men Transformers crossover Ultimate Expanse. Stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and today we're going to take a look at the Marvel Comics X-Men Transformers crossover Ultimate Expanse. Now, it is the X-Men 2021 Transformers Collaborative. There's the Ultimate Expanse. You got the Marvel Comics logo and X-Men. You got the Transformers logo on this side. Converts from jet to robot. There you got the actual Expanse figure. You got a Sabertooth, a Wolverine, and you got 3 blast effects. On the top, you got that crossover logo again. It says X-Men Ultimate Expanse. The bottom, there is the UPC, in case anybody wants it. You got Wolverine and Sabre Tooth. And you got Expanse in his robot mode. Now, first glance, this does look like it is a remold of Jetfire. I will tell you, though, the only parts they reuse are this back. This from here to here are the only parts they used. So it's probably about a 90% new mold. Let's see. It says Energy Blasts, 34 steps from robot to jet. And you got the blast effects. One looks like Wolverine's claws. One is a single laser shot, and the third blast effect you put around their waists for some strange reason. And there is the logo. That's pretty cool how they have these logos, the collaborative logos. Alright, and that's it for the box. So let's just get this guy open and see how cool all of them really are. And now that we have Expanse out of the box, first we're going to take a look at the instruction booklet. Now, for some reason, it is a nice orange instruction booklet. Transformers logo, Marvel Comics logo, these cool collaborative X-Men Autobot 2021 Ultimate Expanse, and then this folds out like that. And then you have basic instructions, and then you have one of the blast effects could fit around each of the waists. They can stand up on here. And then there he is with the 2 blast effects in his hands. Now, one note. Normally, most reviewers do vehicle to robot. I have my own stick. I like to do as they come packaged. 90% of the figures nowadays come packaged in robot mode. This just happened to come packaged in jet mode. So I am starting off in jet mode first. Now, let's look at the special or the blast effects. You have this pink one, which looks like Wolverine's claws. It is a pink, it is rubber, and there's a lot of texture detail on these things. Very nice. And then you have a like a single blast effect or like a sword. And again, the texture on these is just amazing. And then you have this little funny little mask, whatever. And what this does is, I don't know why you put around the character's waist. To show you what it looks like. There you go. I don't know why you put it around the character's waist. I have no idea what that does, what it looks like, but that's what it does. And then we'll put it around Sabertooth. There we go. And so that's it. Now let's look at this guy first. Sabertooth, very nicely painting. They're very nicely painted. You got the red on the hands, the red down the chest, the red almost like a bandana. And look at the texture on this figure. It is just amazing what they were able to do, even on the thighs and the legs. It's just, I mean, very, very nice. They're not posable. They're just made of hard rubber. And next is Wolverine. The only thing I don't like about Wolverine is his face. Looks like he's got a green apple in his mouth. He's popping for apples. The paint job is pretty cool. You've got the red belt. You got the blue boots, the blue gauntlets, the red belt, the mask. And I don't know what they were thinking of with the face. And the back of his head's not painted, which is kind of weird. But for somehow small these figures are, it's they did a pretty good job. And to show you just a little comparison, this is a hot rod Firebolt, his Titan Returns guy from Titan Returns line, so they are about the same size. And here is the guy with Wolverine. So, just wanted to show you to get a little thing about the size it is. Now we're going to look at X-Spanse, SR71 Blackbird. Now, right off the bat, when this figure first came out, I'm like, oh man, they cheated. All they did was recolor Studio Series Jetfire, but they didn't. And during this review, I will show you things that are the same and things that are different. But first, we're going to take a look at here. You've got the red cockpit and the roof of the jet. And then you got some cool detailing paneling. It's a nice blue. And then you got this black grate. The vents are yellow. You got some more paneling. Now these, all of my reviewers tell me that theirs are loose. So mine's loose too. There's the X symbol and still got some nice detailing. And then all these little, got the triangles back here etched in. And I'll show you on Jetfire too how. Now in Jetfire, this piece is the same. This piece is the same. This piece is the same. And these two are the same. Now the front is a little different. We'll get that in a minute, but let's just go. Here's the back of the jet. Doesn't look too bad. And there's the bottom. It's got a landing gear, which in Jetfire's mode this became his cane, but here it's attached to it. Now see, you got, there is his arms. You got the X symbol, which is pretty cool. You got this little hollow cavity though. You got the X-Men. And the wheels, these wheels just rotate in and out. And basically, you can kind of see his legs are wrapped around, and these are his arms. Now, let's bring in Jetfire. So, here is Jetfire. Now, first, the similarities. Now, I told you before about this is the same, this is the same, and these are the same. But when you get to the main nose cone, Jetfire separates right there, and this folds in, and it's all one piece here. But everything else is different. Okay, let's do it this way. On Jetfire, you have the arms laying that way, and the arms are doing front. You got the legs around, the legs wrapped around. And that's basically completely different molds. The only, like I said, there's about 5%, which is they just brought it over, which is these parts right here, and that is the difference between these two. Now let's see, and they are different. You got the vents here. These you got pointies. You got different tail fins. These are the same, and that is what Jetfire looks like from the back. So, and they do have the same problems where they don't like to stay together in certain areas. But those are the two jets together, but completely different. Now let's see, and well, what do you call that? Posability for this on this mode would just be the wheels. You can fold in and out. These fold up and down. They don't stay. The landing gear, up and down. And that's about, I wonder if these are supposed to go sideways like that. Maybe they are. There, we'll do those sideways. And that is it for the jet mode. Now, let's do some vehicle-to-vehicle comparisons. The first comparison, we're just going to bring in Jetfire again, just so you can see those two guys. And next, we're going to bring in Gigawatt from the Back to the Future crossover, and I got him in vehicle mode. There's that. This would be like a leader class, and this would be a deluxe class. And then we're going to bring in Ectotron, which is the Ghostbusters. This is more of a Voyager class. And then this is not a collaborative, but it's an old Marvel Incredible Hulk bulldozer. So that is how those guys compare. And I want to bring in a cool mainline figure. This is Cyclonus, part of the Kingdom line. He is a Voyager figure, and I love this figure too. And that is that. And one more thing I forgot to show you. These you have right here, you've got tabs in there, so you can store these in the jet mode, like where is that little tab? Why can't I fit that tab? Oh, here we go. And stuff like this you can never do online or on a live video. And of course these guys, you can tell they are not scale size because no way can he fit in here. But it's neat for the price point. Normally leader classes were $49.99. They bumped this guy up to $64.99. So they had to throw in the blasts, they had to throw in these two little figures, and they throw in this. And if you're listening to this, I just bought this week at Target. It was actually half off, $32.49 instead of $64.99. This will come out on a Sunday, so I'm not sure if the price has changed or not. But check out Target. I believe this is a Target exclusive. And so he was half price. I only got him for 32 bucks, so it wasn't bad. And now to transform this guy. Now, first, we're going to work on the legs. So, what we're going to do is take off these, push this wheel in, and we're just going to rotate these around for now. There. Now, what you want to do is these tab in, so you want to untab these, and these will fall off. And then you want to just bring the legs up and out a little. So then, once you're here now, you can take this panel, turn it over, turn this panel over. So now look how you got the leg. It's not completely 90 degrees. You got it going up, angling, and then out. Now, so we're going to move this up, and then we're going to straighten the whole leg out. And then we're going to take this. There. This is on a double hinge. So we're going to take this off and angle it down like that. Now we're going to separate this. There you go. And then you rotate them both around 180 and then snap them back in. And then what you want to do is this hinges up. Now, if you'll notice, on this one, there is a tab you're moving. I know some of my reviewers forgot this step. And there is a slot right there. So when you want to angle this down, you want to get this in that little slot. And then this will tab into here. And this will tab in. Straighten the foot out. We'll close this up. Bring it down, and then you got one foot. These will fall off, so don't worry about it. Now for the other side, untab it. This right here, let's see, this right there will fit in here. So we'll do the same. What we're going to do is straighten this out, fold this back, fold the other back, fold this over, and then we're going to straighten the foot out. Then what you want to do is this hinge back and then hinge again. Separate this. And while you got this separated, they both rotate around and then they'll peg together. Remember that this little tab right here. See, I'm moving that tab. Will go in this slot. So you just want to hinge this back. And then try to get that in. Tab this one in. Tab that in. Straighten the leg. Wait. And actually these I want the other way around. No. And let's see. And there's the feet. Whoops. Alright. So now what we want to do is unpeg this from the butt right there to free it. and then want to pull this out, and then you could just unsnap the wings. This unsnaps. You've got the two tabs on the hand, snap in, tab into there. And this is what's different. This whole thing will fold up like that. On the other Jetfire, it folds in half, and this folds in half. So this one doesn't. So let's get these out, and then let's fold all this in. Well, you know what? Let's just leave that for now, like that. Come to the arms. Alright, the arms, bring the arms down. Okay? They will get to a point where they'll stay in like that. And then this, you want to bring it down. Now when you bring this down, you want this tab to go underneath the head. Like that. Okay? And now that's done. And these, you want to rotate this so when you snap it in, it evens it out. And then elbow straight and the hand. Other side, rotate this around, snap that in, do this, let's see, elbow straight, turn the hand around. Now we're getting to the final, to the finale, the home stretch. Oh, well, since I popped this off, let me show you about the head. It's normally the heads are ball and sockets, but this head is a little different. You'll see it tabs in, but it's on a little hinge so he can look up and down. And when you just peg this in here, he can look all the way around and up and down. So he's got some pretty cool head movement. Alright, let's come to the back. Now, these you move around, so you want to do is, this is where I get confused. Alright. Okay, now this is a little tricky. When you turn this, you actually release this to go down. And then, let's see, move, come on. Whoops, there goes his head again. And let's see, rotate this, and this will, I just had it. Alright, so I guess when you rotate this like that, this starts here and you rotate it, that'll allow this to go down. Alright, and then what you do is this tab right here will put right there. So you just want to, there it goes. And then this will go there. That will fit in that slot again. And then you could put the legs up, the wings up, and now you could just fix them up. Alright, and that is Expanse. And then you can put these back on. Every reviewer has this problem, so you'll probably get yours. And they'll probably fall off too. But, and there is, whoops, and then you can make sure though, if the wheels aren't all the way down, you can move them. This is how they are, so sometimes when you go to transform, it's easier to move them that way, and then at the final end, you can move them down. And that is extant. Alright. Whoops. And his head. And then you just want to fix them up. Oh, and we'll close the visor for now just to show you. And this goes, I believe, actually this flips up. This goes the other way. So, how'd I do that now? I think we messed up. There we go. This goes... See, this is the hardest part. For some reason, mine does not like to cooperate. There we go. Like that. Because this... And then you can pull the head up. This makes a platform where the other guys could stand up. And for some reason, I didn't have it transformed right. So usually when it's in jet mode, then you bring that down in robot mode. And we'll put that there. And now it is X-Spanse. And he's pretty cool. Completely different from Jetfire robot-wise. Completely different. And the only things they share are, like I said, we'll show you these pieces later. And then even this, Jetfire's folds down, because Jetfire's face is part of that. But this is X-Spanse, not Jetfire. So we'll take a look. First, we'll take a look at the face. It's pretty cool. He's got the red visor with the yellow, and then you can lift up the visor. And he's got red eyes with the silver face. You can see his chin. He's mostly blue. You got the yellow, some yellow paint apps under the arm. You got gray here. You got, I guess this would be silver or gray, and that would be kind of like a brownish gunmetal, I guess they call it. And you got the X logo on the belt and on the chest piece. This is like a bandolier. You got some yellow paint apps there. Again, you got the gray, the brown, and the hand. And the hands are pretty detailed. And this is where you would put these. There you go. So you got one there. And you've got one there. And that is how he holds his blast effects. And continuation, it's cool. He's got like a utility belt. You got all these little pockets where you can store stuff if he was a human. You go down the legs, you got the blue and the yellow. You got that grayish color again. There's another X right there in the wheel or on that joint. You got the vents. Completely, the legs are the most complex part of this. But even look at all that. They even got the detail inside where you can barely see it, but they got all detail inside. There's the thruster on the other leg. You got the same thing with the thruster. All the paneling. Look at all that. Look at the paneling detail on that they did. All that detailing is crazy. Let's see. Backpack, not too bad. Typical with this kind of figure though. And then the wings, you can keep them like that. You can keep them up like that. I think he has them on the box as far up as you can. And it's not that bad. I like them. I really do. I wasn't going to get them, but like I said, at half price off at Target, I jumped at the chance. Now for articulation, these rotate and they go up and down. There we go. His head is on that weird joint, so he can look up a lot. He can look down. The arms can go out to the side. If you push this down, they'll do a 180. He's got 90 degree at the elbow, and he's got a bicep swivel. And the hand rotates 360 degrees, which is good. Other arms the same way. He's got like an ab crunch. For some reason, it doesn't lock in, but this is how. It's just the way he designed. And that's pretty cool. Or do you do... No. Yeah, it's got a little... Look at a little... It's got some movement there. And if you lift this up, you can actually get more of a bending over. And then this will just pop down. Make sure that that tab is underneath the neck. There we go. Alright, so he's got weird... He doesn't rotate at the waist, but at his crotch piece, this will rotate. It doesn't move much because you got everything in the way, but it does rotate 360 degrees. The foot or the leg, it's on a ratchet, so it goes up like that. Back only goes that far. It will do the whole split and more. The knee, it's got a double bend at the knee, 90 degrees. And the foot can swivel back and forth. And this could go up and down for transformation. and you could put them in such nice poses. You know, especially just to having the ankles rock back and forth is pretty cool. You can get a wide stance in there. So I guess the only guns he has is pretend this is a gun and he's shooting out of his arm. And supposedly you can, let's get them nice and even so we can try to get Sabertooth and Wolverine to stand up. And there's one. And there's two. So that is, whoops. Oh, seriously? Figures. Let's do this again now that we got the wings in the proper orientation. And let's move this down a little. It's tricky, but we got to do what the instructions say. Whoops. Usually it's Wolverine we have the problem with, not Sabertooth. I know what. Let's move this down a little. There we go. And that is how the instructions say you can put them on the shoulders, which why you would do that, I don't know, but that's how they go. All right. Now let's do some robot to robot comparisons. If these guys will cooperate, we'll just put them like that. There. Now let's do some robot to robot. And our first robot to robot comparison, of course, is going to be Jetfire. Now, this is Studio Series Jetfire. Now, the similar things are these appear the same, the wings are the same, and most of the back is the same. Although Jetfire is very tip of the plane compacts, and this one doesn't. But you can see the same jet mode, but two completely different robot modes. And then our next fellow crossover is going to be Equitron from the Ghostbusters. This is more like a Voyager size. And then our other crossover is going to be Gigawatt from Back to the Future. That is more of a deluxe size, so this would be a leader and a deluxe. And then we're going to bring in an old Marvel crossover, the Incredible Hulk Bulldozer. That is how those guys compare. And I wanted to bring in Cyclonus Kingdom Voyager, just because he's a cool jet, and I wanted to compare him with a new mainline figure. And that is it for the robot to robot comparison. All right, and that seems to end this Ultimate Expanse review. Final thoughts? I do like him. When he first came out, he was a little too pricey for me. And since I had the Studio Series Jetfire, I didn't want another one. But after watching the early reviews and seeing how he's like 90% a new mold, and then Target had him half price, I just couldn't resist. It was like I had to get him, and I used my 5% red card and the wife's 10% discount, so I got this guy for like $29 out the door. So, pluses, I do like it. You know, it's just like the Studio Series lately, where they'll pack a deluxe and sell for Voyager when they throw in some extra goodies. With the extra blast effects and these two guys and this silly little thing, bumped the price up from $50 to $65. Was he worth $65? No, but he was worth $32. So, I got him, and I am very, very glad I did. Like I showed you, I have Ectotron, I've got Gigawatt, the Top Gun, I'm still on the fence about, Maverick. But, as for the X-Men, I do like this figure. I think they did a really good job of it. Yeah, these little things pop off too much, and I kind of wish they would have done something with this. But, all in all, I give this guy a 9 out of 10. So that's it for this. So turn on those notifications. like the channel, subscribe. We've got over 700 videos. We do Transformers. I also do like DC and Marvel characters. We do DVD unboxings. We do our new toy sightings all the times. I got into shorts and all that stuff. So just like, subscribe, enjoy. And I don't know what this guy would say. So as Rodimus Prime once said, till all are one, till all are one. I don't know what the X-Men said, so see you later. Hey guys, just to let you know, I'm going to transform this guy back in a separate video because there's issues that we have with the legs that cannot be done in a video like this. So I'm going to do my own special extra video of how to transform him back. So keep an eye on that one. Rodimusbill out.